It is HoneyCon 2018. You are going to undertake the greatest heist the world has ever seen. Two things. One, you have a complex plan that requires precise timing. And two, you are a goddamn bear. That's the opening pitch of Honey Heist by Grant Howitt, a wild and farcical 2-page RPG. Our players will be tasked with creating their own bears and then planning and executing a dangerous convention food heist. The core rules of the Honey Heist system are fairly simple. Every character has 2 stats, bear and criminal. The bear stat is used for anything related to being a bear, running, jumping, roaring, fighting, etc. And the criminal stat is for everything else, stealing, persuading, stealthing. All players start with 3 points in each stat. Conflicts or challenges in Honey Heist are resolved by rolling one 6-sided die, or d6, and comparing it to the relevant stat. If the number rolled is less than or equal to the player's stat, then they succeed. If the number rolled is higher, then they fail. And if the challenge is related to a character's skill or role, they can roll twice to better their chance of success. The outcome of a challenge results in a point getting moved between the stats, whether it's a success or a failure. There are also certain actions a player can take to deliberately move their stat points. That's because if a bear reaches a 6 in either stat, something bad happens. Something really bad. I'm Ian Gibson, your bear master for today's Honey Heist episode of Tabletop RGB. Joining us are Kyle Bailey.
Heyo.
Will Crosby.
Hup.
And Jake Terrio.
Very excited to be here.
Oh, wow. I'm glad we're starting early. So that rounds us out as the 4 horsemen of the Subpixel founding. Kyle, let's throw it back to you. How about you introduce your bear?
My bear is a very, very berry bear. His name is Kai Bear Furryfoot.
Love it.
Which I guess should be Furry Paul, but he didn't get to choose his own name. So he is a retired bear, which means he has, gone through his entire life doing his thing, being a bear, eating honey, and he's done. He is over everything bear related and just wants to, find a little cave somewhere and go to sleep for a while and then wake up and not have to worry about being a bear anymore.
Gotcha.
Would you say his life became unbearable?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. He wakes up every day and tells that to himself.
Perfect.
Okay. And what's your bear skill?
My skill is the sun, or actually it means I can sense honey, which you might find interesting since he is a retired bear and wants nothing to do with honey anymore, but he, every time he breathes, he just knows where the honey is around him, and he can't help but figure out where it is.
Why does your bear sound like an old police officer?
Well, he essentially is. He was one of the cornerstones of the forest he lived in, I guess, and people they didn't look up to him because they didn't realize that he was a police bear. But
got it. And what's your role and what hat are you wearing?
My role is face, which obviously to a bear who used to love honey was great because he could trick humans into giving him honey, or bees into giving him honey, I guess. He was quite crafty. And the hat that he's wearing is a top hat, I'm guessing that's what that means, top hat. So He was also very classy. And those two combined really, really helped him, in his heyday, get all the honey that he wanted.
Loving it. So it's the handsome, retired police bear.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, Jake, how about you?
Yeah. So, Baddington Bear. Polar bear.
That's a good name.
I
But-
hate it.
He's just got a ton of tattoos.
Wait, can you not see them because they're under the fur?
Exactly. But he's he's a washed up polar bear because he was in the circus. That's why he's also wearing a fez. And
Gotcha.
he's a face because he's really entertaining because of the whole circus bear thing.
So he's okay. Okay, I got it. So former circus bear,
Mm-hmm.
washed up.
Washed up.
Other than the washed up pun as a swimming polar bear, what exactly has made you washed up? What are you jaded about?
Maybe it was like, I don't know. You just got old. There were younger, hotter bears that could do the tricks better. Like, it couldn't fit in the sidecar on the motorcycle anymore.
Ooh,
That kind of
That's
thing.
a big problem.
Yeah,
That's rough.
He could barely fit.
he could barely fit. He was positively too large.
Oh.
Boo.
If you don't like bear puns, please turn off this podcast now. Will Crosby,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about your bear and your bear puns.
My bear is Constantine Fuzzlewig. He's a bit of a rookie. As far as he's kind of new to this bear life. Mainly because he's a honey badger,
Okay.
which gives him an insane amount of carnage. Because honey badger don't care. So I feel like that kind of means that he has lived as a honey badger and is now accepting that he is also a bear. And that's
Got
what
it.
he's a rookie at, is just being a bear.
Mm.
So I feel like that's going to present some issues trying to be a bear, proper bear. He has the brains, though.
That's good. So you're bringing something to the party.
Yes. I'm bringing brains, and those precious brains are covered by a top hat.
Okay. So top hat, the same as Kai Bear Furryfoot. I'm wondering, is there any animosity between you because you're wearing the same hat, or are you trying to ape him?
There's a certain amount of animosity, but not because of the top hat. Oh
'Cause
no,
they're animals.
Well, they're animals, but when Kai Bear Furryfoot was in his heyday, police bear, he had a few tussles, a few run-ins with what's your name again?
Constantine Fuzzlewig.
Constantine. They batted heads sometimes, and no one was safe in between them because they hated each other. And I don't know what's gonna happen now that we both have top hats on. I mean, that's dangerous stuff we're playing with.
I mean, I want to say we really, really badgered each other.
We did.
Wow.
Got him.
Well, on that note, maybe it's time to finally kick off this heist. Gentlemen, are
man.
you ready?
Let's
I'm
do it.
very
I
ready.
hope so.
Great. Let's do it. It is springtime in the bright and bustling city of Megalopolis, and that can only mean one thing. HoneyCon 2018 is right around the corner. The annual gathering of apiarists and botanists, chefs and candy makers, is the world's largest professional convention, period. And this year's event promises an even greater keynote. The reveal of black orchid honey, the most expensive honey in the world. And you're going to steal it. Now, the way I'm thinking about running this is we don't want this to be a 15 episode campaign. We don't even want it to be a 15-hour campaign. So I'm thinking we split it up a little bit into kind of 3 rough sections. First one being you guys are planning the heist, or you at least figure out how you find out about this black orchid honey and what you do up to the convention.
Mm-hmm. The setup.
Yeah, the setup. The second part is the heist itself. It's you guys going through the motions of actually being at this HoneyCon 2018 event and trying to get the black orchid honey. And then the third part is the getaway, which is either starts as soon as you pick up the honey, or as soon as you realize things have gone wrong and you need to bail, or maybe it's the aftermath. It's 5, 10, 20 years later, figuring out what that heist
On
meant.
a beach in Aruba.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We need a Lester Bear from GTA 5.
Yes.
Exactly. So, I'm kind of curious. I'm going to open it up to you guys. How do you think you guys find out about Black Orchid Honey and HoneyCon 2018? Did you guys go to the previous convention? Have you heard about it, or is this the first time? What do you think your characters would have done?
That's a great question.
I
That
feel
is
like
a great question.
Fuzzlewig kind of has, with this sort of criminal past, and being such a bruiser that he is, I feel like I kind of have my ear to the ground. So
Okay.
I feel like because of my carnage and stuff like that, I might be in like maybe a fight club, or something like that.
A bear fight club?
Yeah. Honey Badger.
No,
don't
wait.
care.
I need to know real quick. Is this a bear fight club? Or is this you pretending to be a human and going to a human fight club on the weekends?
In like a very oversized trench coat.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the right to bear arms. So
Oh, boy.
I feel like
He was born with 2 of them.
Oh, boy.
I feel like no. I want to say I go to human fight clubs
Okay.
and pretend, because it's just grunting, really.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I feel like I might have heard of this, and also since I have the brains, I would immediately be like, oh, I need to steal this honey.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how. Trying to think of how I would meet the other two.
Well, Kai Bear, I'm thinking about your sense honey skill. Do you think that would have made you aware of the black orchid honey?
Like blood in the water.
It's funny you say that because ever since HoneyCon 2018, started the word started spreading, my honey sense has been tingling
Okay.
a lot to the point where it's actually annoying. And I think I just might have followed that sense. It got more and more intense, and I just realized that HoneyCon was going on, and it just made me angry because I don't want anything to do with honey. I've told you that before, and I'm done with honey. I'm just done. But I just keep getting pulled back in.
Just when he thought he was out.
So
Yep.
let's play out the scene. Let's say it's Constantine Fuzzlewig who's got this bright idea to steal the honey. It's Kai Bear who has sensed the honey and is frustrated because of how intense that honey sense is with this particular type of honey. And Baddington Bear, let's just say you're in the mix as well.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
So how about Constantine? How about you kick it off? You're for stealing the honey.
So we're just in a room.
Let's just say you're in the forest. You all got your own little tree, and you're kind of just scratching away at it.
Okay.
How do you broach the subject of let's do this heist?
I'm basically just gonna be like, notice Kai Bear's kind of agitated,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you sense that, honey?
I mean, yeah, I do, but I don't even know why you're here. I don't want to be talking to you, Constantine.
Listen, I can scratch my back wherever I please.
It's literally right next to where I live.
Li-
Like you came to my neck of the woods.
There's like 4 trees in this forest. It's like a park, and we're surrounded by apartment buildings. What
That's
do you
not
expect?
that's not my problem.
That
It's really not my problem.
okay. Anyways,
And by the way, who's your friend? Who is this other bear before us?
oh, he's
I'm bad.
He's trouble.
It's in the name.
Yeah, his name's literally bad. It's self-descriptive.
Yeah.
I mean,
like that
I
song.
put away a few bad bears in my day, and I have no problem coming back out of retirement to do it again.
You put away low-level pandas at most. A koala.
They were some bad pandas, all right? And that
No.
koala was in here illegally, all right?
Don't even. No, that koala wasn't doing anything. They might as well have been sloths for you to catch up with them.
Oh, well, you would know. You would know.
Listen,
You would know.
okay? Listen. Scratching? I'm scratching. Listen. We all know that there's some of this sweet, sweet black orchid honey is going to be at this honey conferry event.
It's the best.
And we listen, it's a furry honey con, which means we'll blend in so well because everyone is dressed up as animals, and they smell the pheromones, and so do we.
I don't understand what you mean by furry. I've been out of the game for too long. I'm too old. I'm retired. You're gonna have to explain this newfangled term to me.
Listen, bears can mean 2 things, but that's I'll explain that to you later. what we have to do is I think we can steal this honey, and we can finally satisfy that craving of yours, and then Baddington and I over here can make a nice cut off of it as well.
I'm just here for the thrills.
Yeah, because we're not druggies like you.
Hey, I can't help it if my honey senses are just extraordinarily powerful because of some weird genetic mutation that I don't even know what that is, but I still can't help, all right? So if we're going to do this, we're going to do it by the book, all right?
Right, by the Bible.
I don't know what that is either, and I don't know what a book is, but I know that's what we're going to do it by.
Got it. I think that's a good scene. So,
Please explain what a furry is.
By the book.
I like how you said, if we're gonna do this crime, we're gonna do it by the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What does it even
he's
mean?
100% into crime now that he's retired, but he wants to do it legally, if possible.
Yeah. Okay, so you've still got some preparation. Let's say you've now all decided to do this heist.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing before the first day of HoneyCon 2018? You know, maybe it's preparing physically, maybe it's scoping it out, maybe it's trying to get your hands on some special equipment. Let's just
do we need like press?
Let's go around the horn.
Do we need passes, like day passes?
I mean, that's up to you. Are you thinking about sneaking in, or are you thinking about going in through the front door?
Oh, well, boys, that's the question, isn't it?
So I have a guy, Crystleback Brambledine.
Perfect.
Okay.
He can easily forge some passes for us. He used to do it for me back when I used to cross into Canada to get some of those berries. You know what I mean? So I think he can make us some fake passes and probably sew us up some rudimentary sort of clothes. Like I said, there's going to be humans dressed up as bears and kangaroos and other such things. So I'm not really worried about us being caught. But I figure if we have like fishing hat on or something funny, people will laugh, and then we can kind of just blend in.
Does anybody have any access to like an itinerary or something? A list of the day's events?
So here's what I could do is, if Baddington, if you want to roll your criminal skill, that will help with a success. I'm going to say you know that itinerary completely because you found it online. You know how to look it up. But if you fail, then the idea is you don't know that information.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So you want to do that?
I do. I want to see. Yeah.
To roll 3 or lower.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh no.
Dang it.
That's a 5. So first things first is, according to the rules of Honey Heist, you now have to take a point out of criminal and put it into bear.
It has been done.
And you also don't have any sort of itinerary now. The party does not.
Great.
I am ignorant.
You know what's happening. You know the day that it starts and you know the day that it ends.
Okay.
But you don't know when the keynote speaker is. You don't know when the different panels are. You don't know when it actually opens or closes.
Dang.
So what about you, Kai Bear? Any ideas of things you want to do before HoneyCon kicks off?
Well, no. I'm reluctantly being a part of this, but anything illegal, I'm not okay with.
Yeah, but you could look up in like a police computer.
I haven't logged into there in ages. Not even sure my password would work.
It's been like
But I'll try
7
anyway.
years.
I'll try anyway.
Okay, thank you.
The police computer that I used years ago in police headquarters in downtown Megalopolis, whatever this city's called. I don't know because I can't read. It might still have my backdoor access in there, and I can figure out where the security's gonna be at HoneyCon, and it would let us slip by unnoticed.
Okay, so if you want to go ahead and roll for criminal.
I will. Criminal skill roll.
Ooh, I'm sorry, that's a 6 and an unsuccessful criminal skill roll. So first things first, let's move a point from criminal to bear, and then we're going to have to decide what this means. I think this means that you know the security at the convention.
Sure.
The problem is you don't know it correctly.
Sounds about right.
You are so sure of your police background and your skills that have quite honestly gotten a little rusty, that when you conduct your research, you do it incorrectly, and you think you know that the security at the convention is going to be very light. It's going to be a lot of third-string police rookies doing double overtime for extra pay. And that's what you've told everybody else.
And I'm right.
Yes,
It's by the book.
You're absolutely right.
I know what I'm doing. You guys can trust me.
Awesome. I'm so happy.
I'm ready to go.
Let's go to the brains. Constantine Fuzzlewig, you talked a little bit about kind of getting some clothes and having a rough plan, but I'd like you to do something that would at least require a roll. I don't think getting clothes, etc., is too much.
Can I research a easy way to get the honey once we're inside? Like an extraction plan?
So you're gonna think of the getaway.
Yeah, kind of like, because from what I gather, he's kind of handled the security, and then Baddington kind of handled the other stuff. So I figure I should think about how we're going to grab the honey and get out.
Okay. All right. So you're thinking honey to get away.
Yeah.
Type of...
Like, is it something I have make someone have a distraction and then grab it, or do I Mission Impossible into this vault? Like, I want to know like the specifics of the honey capture. The honey potting.
So what we're going to do with the roll then is, if you roll successful, the idea is that you have a solid plan in your mind that you are ready to execute.
Okay.
But if you fail the roll, you feel like you can improv it.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and roll that criminal skill. Hey, that's a successful.
Yes.
You rolled a 2 and your skill was 3. So with a success, you put a point in criminal and take a point away from bear.
Perfect.
And so now you know that you have an absolute concrete rock hard plan for the getaway. You don't have to know what that plan is right now. When the time comes, you can kind of flesh it out a little bit. But the idea is that you have fleshed this plan out ahead of time. You have it in your mind. You've told the others to the extent of what they need to know, and you've done the preparations for it. That sound good?
That sounds fantastic. I'm pumped.
All right, gentlemen. It's getting very close to HoneyCon. Is there anything else that any of you want to do before the convention starts? Any last minute prep or things you want to see or take or find?
Have we, with the discussion of disguises, have we established, what's the story on those, boss?
Well, okay. Last I heard, we were going to try and get some clothes. Now, I still don't know what a furry honeycon thing is. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know. But one thing I do know is that if humans are dressing up as bears, they're probably not going to have clothes on top of that. So why should we have clothes on?
Well, you see, that's
They
a
make me
valid
uncomfortable.
point.
They make my skin itch, under my fur. I don't like them.
You see, that's why doing it by the book. That's why we do it by the book.
That's why we do it by the book. I'm good with that. Yeah, we don't need clothes.
All right. Now, I can see about... I can't necessarily fit into it, but maybe, Constantine, maybe you can fit into it. I can see about securing one of these circus motorcycles for departure.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I am also absolutely certain that with the lax security that I know for sure will be there, a circus-like vehicle will not be noticed in the slightest.
Perfect. So is this something I roll for? If we get a good bike?
So yes, but if you want to talk to me about how you get the bike, that's going to determine. So remember, you have your skill and your roll, which will basically allow you to roll 2d6 and choose the lower number.
Yeah.
But only if those are involved.
Mm.
And it's also, I need to figure out if you're going to be using your criminal skill or your bear skill.
Right.
So think about that and then try and describe how you think you're going to get this motorcycle.
Yeah, I was imagining I know where the circus, even though I'm not in the circus, I still know where they are in the city, and I could maybe go there at night and sneak in and abscond with one of the motor things, and because I'm a big polar bear, maybe I just drag it or something.
So you're thinking just a straight criminal
I
roll?
think so.
Okay, but I gotta warn you.
I know
that's
it's risky.
Can I just say something? I just want to clear the air.
Yes, boss.
I didn't know you were a polar bear. I don't see color, but I did not know that.
Oh, well,
Is this gonna be a
I
problem?
appreciate your candor.
It's no problem.
It's no problem.
You know, leave everything out on the forest floor.
Yes, thank you.
So, Kai Bear, there's something we need to clear up real quick. So earlier you made a comment about koalas as being illegal bears, and now you've made a very deliberate attempt to be almost too appreciative of other bear races.
Oh, I love other races. I can't get enough of them. They
Kai Bear, are you a Trump supporter?
I wouldn't say supporter, but I'm not against him.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. Gotcha.
Nobody's a black bear, right?
Not in my part of the woods.
Wow.
All right.
Sorry.
I live in a nice part of the woods. All right.
No.
I'm
This
so
is
sorry.
good.
No.
All right. So Baddington Bear, I'll help you out a little bit. I'm thinking, what if you try and sweet talk your way into a motorcycle?
Okay.
Or, and by sweet talk, maybe you sneak into a circus in front of everybody and you act like the old circus performer that you were, and you get on a bicycle on the motorbike and you pedal around a little bit and then you leave.
Yes, that's a better plan.
Maybe you could flirt with the cute Southern Motor Garage girl.
Mm.
Suzanne!
Because that way, that would be your criminal skill, but you get to use your face roll.
Yes. Yes, I see. I see how that would be better.
So let's do that. So you're gonna roll the criminal skill roll twice, and we're gonna take the lower number.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Number 1.
It's a 3. It's a failure.
All right. Number 2.
And that's another 3.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Baddington
no.
Bear. Now, please describe the scene in which you wander your way and sashay through this circle.
Well, you see, I'm thinking maybe this is a scenario of like, the best laid plans, the best intentions. You just wander in there, and trying to do my best, and
Okay, everybody's looking at you.
yeah, in an attempt to maybe, trying to talk the talk, trying to walk the walk. Maybe, I bite someone's arm off.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
maybe. It was
It just happens.
unconfirmed, nobody really knows, what happened when, but,
Oh my god.
is
this why you were washed up?
Yeah, I'm not welcome in that part of town ever again.
Do you have an anger problem?
I don't think so.
It's just more of a control issue.
Yeah, it's, lack of coordination at this point.
Got it. I like it. We don't need to know the specific details. We just need to know that you sashayed in there. And when you left, somebody was
33% less person.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that brings us up to, it's the morning of HoneyCon 2018. This is a big convention, so let's make it a 3-day convention. It's Friday morning. You guys are right next to MCC, Megalopolis Convention Center. Big HoneyCon banners everywhere, advertisements for honey, different bear costumes, bee brands, etc. And you're ready to kick this off. Now, you're all naked, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I fully shaved.
Wait.
I am fully furred, sir.
Did somebody say they're fully shaved?
I think that was Constantine.
Well, how else am I gotta lube up for the vents?
I don't like any of the words in that sentence.
Wait. Okay, so there's 2 bears there. Just normal bears standing upright, and then there's a completely nude, shaved bear.
Honey
with
badger.
you. I need to see this scene play out.
I knew that you would pull something like this.
This is
Fuzzy.
not by the book.
I knew that this would happen. I didn't even want you to be part of the team, and here you are, all the way shaved,
read the chapter on grooming and chafing, and I did not want to risk this heist on any of my fur getting stuck in the vents or me not being able to squeeze through them.
I just had a question. How are you planning on getting into the vents without people noticing that you don't have any fur? At a furry, which I'm assuming means people have fur on, right? Convention. For
Excellent
honey.
deduction, boss.
Okay, you two. I'm gonna snap your necks. Listen here.
Not on my
brought
watch.
This baby carriage. You're gonna put me in the baby carriage. I'll look like a little baby. Human baby.
Ugh.
You're gonna bring me in like the two married couple you are, you old dingbats. And then you're gonna wheel me into the bathroom, change my diaper, close the stall. You're gonna hoist me up into the vent, and then I'm gonna wait above the honey for when you guys do some sort of whatever you're planning to distract the people, so I can foolproof and concretely steal the honey and get out of here.
Oh no.
I went over this, I made the red string map and everything. Were you guys not paying attention?
I do remember the red string.
I fell asleep because I'm old and retired.
However,
Well,
I will say this is something I've trained for.
okay, let's just go. This diaper is really uncomfortable.
I need to know who the mama bear and who the papa bear is.
I think we all know who the Papa Bear is.
I think in 2018, it is not unacceptable for there to be two
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
of the
So,
papas.
okay, so I'm picturing this as in, if anybody questions your baby, it's not about the baby, it's about gay marriage, and you go off on them for that.
That's true.
Okay. All right, so you're pushing your way through this crowd. You've got a giant bear baby.
And it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Some people are giving you looks. A lot of people, it's a furry convention, so it's like a furry honeycon convention. A lot of people are actually enjoying it. And you actually see one or two other furries already wearing diapers. So everybody's on board. I think despite the oddity of the situation, it's quite at home at a furry honeycon. So you make your way all the way up to the front, and you scan your passes, and you get into the convention. As soon as you pass through the opening doors, you walk through a small lobby, and then through another set of doors and into the convention hall, and it's massive. I'm talking like 2 or 3 football fields put together. Huge. The ceiling is like 50, 60 feet tall. Just lots of glass. Huge open floor plan. Endless number of booths selling all sorts of honey-related wear and honey-related services and products. But in the center of the floor, you see this giant pedestal surrounded by steps and security guards and all sorts of spotlights on a single object placed in the center of the pedestal, probably about 25-30 feet up by the time all these steps and stages and facades are done, terminating in the air. This pedestal 30 feet in the air, a single jar of solid black substance. And you just know that is the black orchid honey.
Oh, man. I mean, why?
I don't think there's a lot of vents here, Constantine. Baby Constantine.
Have you not seen Mission Impossible?
I have not.
I do not know what that is.
No, neither do I. I was just...
But anything is possible with Jesus.
Oh, God. He's going on his...
This is a whole rigmarole of philosophies and worldviews wrapped up in this person.
Yes, it's
Look.
true.
I
Found the Republican bear.
What can I say? I try to keep an open mind. I mean, I'm willing to go with this gay thing. I would never do that, nor with a polar bear. Sorry, but I just wouldn't. And
did you also bring a shotgun?
Sure.
Is that all I am to you?
Excuse me, folks. I just want to say, first of all, I love the costumes, and second of all, I support you 100%. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.
He was a very nice young human. I like him.
I can't believe you're treating me this way.
I
Okay,
pop
so
my
what's-
binky out and I'm like, just bring me to the bathroom.
You would have to go to the bathroom right now, in the middle of the heist.
No, to get in the vent, I just explained it like 10 feet ago.
No, I wasn't listening.
Okay, so you're heading to the bathroom, I'm presuming. You somehow finagle the stroller in there. You get it all the way in there. The baby hops in one of the stalls. Constantine, walk me through it. What's going on?
Okay, so we're in the stall.
Mhm.
Is there a vent I can easily access?
Yeah, let's say there's at least a couple vents.
Okay,
Before that moment, I would like to voice an alternate in light of the new situation. If,
Okay.
you know,
I'm lubing up while he's talking.
sure, measurements from, ceiling to objective, if that's too much of a
Oh my
distance,
god.
I don't think it's unreasonable that one might be thrown like a football from some other part of the convention center to intended destination. And then continuing on that arc through the air, winds up with second person.
There seem to be some odd sounds coming from above us
Just trying to work through it.
and in the other stalls next to us that sound very similar.
I was just lubing up.
I'm not sure we should write off the football idea just yet.
Well, I wish you had said it before I lubed up.
Well, yeah, you do it your way.
Okay, now open that vent and hoist me up.
No. Do it yourself.
I can't. I'm
Roll
very
for
slippery
it.
now.
Bears can climb faster than they can run.
Here's the thing. You have a bear skill of 2 right now, Constantine. So you can either try to climb up by yourself, or you can try to get the others to help you.
Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what?
I'm gonna need some paper towels.
I don't want to get my fur all sticky and
No,
nasty.
I'm so confident in us and this
Wait,
sort.
so time out real quick. So just to be clear, none of you are talking English right now. So to everybody else in the bathroom, they just hear.
That is correct.
We're role playing.
Very in character.
Everybody else. That's a very good character play. Wow. I'm impressed.
All right, let's get this over with. Get some paper towels. Shove you up there.
Okay, perfect. I did like the football idea though.
I liked it too. It would have been great.
So I'm not going to make you guys roll because there's both of you pushing them up there. Constantine, you are now successfully in the vents.
Awesome.
This is kind of a split the party situation, but I'm not too concerned about it. So Constantine, let's go with you first. You're now in the vents. What are you doing? Are you exploring the vents? I'm assuming you're going to start kind of seeing things from above. What are you hoping to get near or look for in the vents?
I'm trying to get to the closest like air ceiling vent that is above the honey.
Okay. So I'm going to have you roll criminal skill because I think criminal skill but with brains, because I think this is going to involve a lot of direction and finding and kind of keeping track of where you are and figuring out where you are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I get any bonuses with using brains or no?
So because you are using brains as your roll, you get to roll the criminal skill twice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to roll a 4 or less.
Okay. So let's do 1
Ooh.
and let's
That's
do
it right
2.
there. That's it there too. You got 4 on both rolls.
Nailed it.
So you definitely succeeded. First things first, let's bump your criminal skill up and your bear skill down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think you're now at 5 criminal and 1 bear.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're on the verge.
We don't want to lose him.
I'm on
losing
the
it.
edge.
So just to remind you guys, within Honey Heist, you can choose to move a point into criminal from bear by doing a flashback scene, something related to either planning out the heist or how you guys started in crime, or just some sort of backstory to increase your criminal history in a way. And then you can always move a point from crime into bear by finding honey and eating it. So that kind of allows you to move points between the two skills without having to necessarily depend entirely on roll successes or failures.
Copy.
Interesting.
So you are now in a vent directly above the Black Orchid Honey. The thing is, you are about 40 feet up from the Black Orchid Honey.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, you're a bear.
Right.
You're a bear.
Is
You're not too worried about
is
it.
the
You've fallen
honey,
that far before.
Sorry, not to interrupt. Is the honey hanging 40 feet up, or is it on a pedestal that's 40 feet high?
It's on a pedestal that is about 20, 25 feet high.
Okay, and I'm 40
Like it's a big
feet
stage
above
with
that.
a pedestal on it. Yeah, think of like a pyramid type stage with a pedestal.
And I also thought that he was not a bear, but he was a badger? Pretending
I am
to
a
be a
honey
bear?
badger, technically.
Yeah, pretending to be a bear.
Yeah, but I don't know if that can. I don't
know. All the bear, the skill thing, all of them are bears.
Yeah, isn't a honey badger very like tiny and not a bear at all?
Can
Yeah,
you
but I think it's
can you
technically
be
a bear.
can you be like a bear who thinks he's a honey badger?
I was thinking it was more just like your characteristic in terms of he can become very fierce.
Okay, all right, that works.
Yeah, but I'll say you're a smaller bear, and you are a younger bear.
Yeah,
So let's say you're like a half-size bear.
a hare.
You're like a
Yeah.
I don't know, a bear twink.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. I just heard someone say
I'd rather be a bear twunk.
twunk.
You're a naked bear twink.
Great.
You're all lubed up and you're in the vents.
Oh, I'm lubed up. Okay.
And so just to be clear, the honey is on a stage pyramid pedestal type thing. It's about 25 feet off the ground, but because the ceilings are about 60 to 70 feet up, you are now 40, 45 feet. You're in the vents, and you're about 45 feet above the pedestal.
Right. So while they go, my character will just I'll be securing the rope.
Okay, and just to be clear, you're a bear, so 40 feet is like, it's a hefty fall, but it's not the type of fall that would kill you.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Ian, I'm a bear.
Yes, that's right. You're a bear.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Okay.
planning, by the way. Just top notch.
I'm incredible.
Kai Bear and Baddington, let's go back to you. You have just seen Constantine scuttle up into the vents and disappear.
Not a sight I ever wanted to see nor see
No.
again. That was disgusting.
This is especially bad from below.
So what's the plan for you guys?
Securing an exit strategy, right?
I saw some T-shirts at a stand that looked enticing,
Okay.
and I want one.
So let's go to that stand. What are these? Tell me about these t-shirts. Why are they so enticing?
So the one that I saw that was hanging up, front and center, it looked like, and I'm gonna have to double check this one, but it looked like, from what I can remember with my foggy memory, because I'm old and retired, it looked like a bear standing on 2 feet in some sort of a police officer uniform, which reminded me very much of my years on the force, in the forest, wearing my uniform. The only thing was, it looked like the uniform was much too small, and it just didn't necessarily look like the bear was comfortable in it, but I thought it looked interesting, and I want it.
Okay.
Can't
All
believe
right. So
this.
you're there.
On this date, we're out with our son.
Well, he's left us, all right? Bad Tington. So let's
It's a
at
very
least
simple name.
pretend. Let's at least pretend to enjoy ourselves. And I want a souvenir.
Fine.
I've never been on this side of the law before. I
We'll
want to
just
remember
pretend.
it.
Like every single day.
Hey, I see you looking at the t-shirt. If you want the t-shirt, it's $20.
Can I do face skill thing?
Oh, to try and like get it for free.
Yeah, I want to barter. I mean,
Okay.
he
All right.
he should know by how authentic my quote costume is, that I'm worthy of this shirt for free. He essentially
Okay.
made it for me.
So let's do a criminal skill roll. You get to do it twice because you're using your roll of face.
Okay.
And you got a 2 or less.
Hey, I got a 2,
Bam.
and then one more time, right?
Yep.
5.
Bam. So you got a success. So describe to me how you get this t-shirt for free. by using face.
Well, okay. So I'm the man at the desk. He seems to be really interested in my quote costume. I'm not sure why, but he's like drooling, and I don't know what that means. If he's got like some sort of problem with his mouth or something. And I walk up to him and I politely, point at the shirt and point at myself, and I give him a sort of knowing look as to, come on, you're gonna give this to me because I've earned it just by the way I look here today.
You know what? Take the shirt. Just do one thing for me. Put it on right now. I want you to wear this around this convention. You see anybody? You tell them where you got the shirt, all right? It's a perfect fit for you. I can't charge you for it. Here you go. And he hands you like a triple XL of that shirt.
It's normally like a medium for me, but thanks for making me feel good.
Oh, you even do the roar bear noises. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm dedicated.
Oh, you're really good at it. Man, I'm getting a little scared here. That growl sounds very deep.
I'm thumbs up, dude. Just give him a thumbs up.
Oh, okay. All right, you have a good convention, all right?
I'm gonna try this shirt on. I mean, it's probably way too big for me, but I'll try it on, I guess.
Okay, it just barely fits.
Perfect.
I don't think this is. I think this was mislabeled. This can't be a triple XL. This has to be.
All right. Thanks, guy. I get it. You're very good at the bear noises, okay? Now go walk around the convention. Give me some sales, okay?
Whatever.
Baddington, what are you thinking? What are you doing? You're the second half of this plan. First half is an event somewhere. What are you doing?
I'm thinking the first half's probably not going to go very well, so I'm looking for ways out.
Okay.
Is there
anything in particular you're doing or looking for?
I know that those squares with the big light up red letters that I can't read, that's often a way out. It's usually in red, somewhat illuminated. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye out for a couple of those.
Can I interrupt with something I just noticed in this convention?
Okay.
There's another stand not too far that caught my eye. It's full of bear traps, like full on bear traps.
Yeah.
Now
definitely would be at this convention.
Now, Constantine has been a constant negative part of the team so far as I can see, and I'm thinking, with our past being as tumultuous as it has been, he's been in and out of the precinct on different charges, and I've brought him in more times than I could count. I'm not super fond of him, and I'm even less fond of him now that he's gone off and done this ridiculous, foolish, lubed up vent plan of his.
Are you thinking of cutting him out?
I don't know how, but I think we know where he's gonna be. We know basically what he's gonna do. I'm kind of thinking of getting a bear trap, and maybe we let the owners of this, what is it, blackberry honey, something?
Black orchid honey.
Black orchid honey. The people who make this black orchid honey, we let them know we caught the guy trying to steal it, and I'm thinking we can work out a deal where we still get some, but I get to lock up old Constantine Fuzzlewig.
I like the way you think. It's by the book.
It is by the book.
You're the best husband ever.
Don't touch me.
Okay, so how are you getting this bear trap?
Well, as much as I don't like to admit it, I'm going to need Baddington on this one.
Got some face.
Okay.
Can we approach the table with the bear traps and scope it out a little bit? Just quickly.
Yeah.
Here's just the issue right off the foot. I'm not in a great place to participate in any criminal activities.
Because you're thinking your criminal skill right now is 1.
Yeah.
But your bear skill is 5.
If there's a way this could be undertaken using just the gifts God gave me, that's better.
I'm thinking maybe you create a distraction.
Or you create a distraction.
Well, I could do that too, but I'm old and I don't want to mess up.
So let me describe this booth. So I don't know if you guys have been to gun shows, but usually it's just a bunch of crappy folding card tables, basically. And they're just piled with stuff, and it's kind of set up in a U or a circle. And in the center is the salesperson. And surrounding them are the tables. On top of the tables are just laid out all the merchandise, which in this case is bear traps. Small bear traps, medium-sized bear traps, large bear traps, neon bear traps, camo bear traps, light-up USB GPS tracking bear traps, really old, rusted, antique bear traps. All sorts of bear traps just laid out all over these card tables. There's got to be at least, I don't know, I want to say at least 100 of them just laid out there. And a very bored-looking person in the center, sitting in their chair, just kind of browsing their cell phone, just keeping an eye out for people who come up to the table with some interest in their eyes.
All right. Since we've scoped it out now, it's obvious that the man behind the stand is not necessarily paying attention super intensely on his job. So again, I'm thinking we might need to go a little sleuthy on this one.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm racking my brain trying to think of something. Do you have any ideas, Baddington?
What if? Okay. Try this on for size. We are both quite large.
Well, speak for yourself.
I am quite large.
I'm wearing a medium, all right? It's mislabeled.
There is potential.
But the label is sticking out, and it clearly says XXL.
It's got the wrong label on it.
There's potential that, if done quickly enough, could walk just, in front of this person's line of sight. And a quick swipe could be made of the necessary equipment.
It's dirty, but I like it.
Okay.
Not something I would have done when I was a cop, but
Well,
I've learned.
You learn a thing or two on the streets.
All right. I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, so the plan is one person is going to walk in front of the
I will
salesperson
do
and
it.
block their view.
I think, in terms of, I think historically, I am the largest of the three.
Okay. So, Baddington, I needed to hear you describe how you come up and get their attention.
I mean, it's not that difficult. A very large lumbering creature.
Okay, I need you to roll for bear.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do face as well.
Okay.
But the idea is that you are just performing your best.
Yeah, because I can stand up, I can do the smile, I can do, bat something around.
Yeah.
Circus
you could
training.
say you need to bear yourself to this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Boo.
All right, I'm just gonna go with that
Okay.
one.
That's a 2. That's a success.
That's
I don't
enough.
see any need to roll it again. So this person is now successfully distracted, and now Kai Bear, describe to me what you're doing.
So there's one in particular that coincidentally looks very, very much like one I happened to catch Constantine. I nabbed him with a bear trap a couple of years ago. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. It was
Okay.
It was an older model, but trustworthy and hardworking bear trap.
Just like you.
Gotta thank you. Don't talk to me. Gotta.
It's a
Oh no.
No. Well,
Ooh, that's getting cut.
not wow. Oh my god! Not in this state.
I'm so sorry.
Not in this city. That's not legal. What were we doing? I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh.
So Kai Bear, describe to me this bear trap.
All right. So it's sort of in between like medium and 3XL size, but
Okay.
it's not too large, but it's also not too small. Pretty much perfect for a badger sized bear. A
Got it.
small
Got it.
bear.
So you picked You've picked the perfect trap for him. I'm guessing you're walking away now with the trap. You're pretty sure you've gotten away with it. Baddington, after engaging with the salesperson, you kind of trundle off. They have no idea what's happened. Let's kick it over to Constantine. You are over the jar of black orchid honey. And as far as you know, your other bear companions are about to stage a distraction. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and you're waiting. What are you doing? Are you looking at certain things? Are you getting antsy? You said you were preparing the rope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be in the vent. I'm gonna tie off the rope. It's sort of a bungee, so I can drop. It'll stretch to the 40 feet. I grab it, and then it slings me back up. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I'm going to need a criminal skill roll for that, because that doesn't sound like something a bear would be able to do normally.
I mean, I'm very intelligent.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you want me to roll that now?
Yeah, roll your criminal skill roll, and roll it double for brains.
Okay.
So you got to roll a 5 or less. First one is a 6. Second one's a 4. That's a success.
Sweet.
But there's something that's happened.
Oh, no.
This is a success. So your criminal skill level is now 6, and your bear skill level is 0.
This is true.
Constantine is now at a criminal level of 6, which means that you have been lured into a life of pure crime, and you will betray the party.
That's fine with me.
Okay. You can still, your stats can still get manipulated, but basically because you have hit a 6, you now have to betray the party in some way.
Okay.
Okay, so you have this prepared. The rope is perfectly ready to go. I'm assuming you're still going to sit there and wait for the distraction?
Yep, I'm going to wait for the distraction.
Okay, nice and easy. Let's kick it back over to Baddington and Kai Bear. Now, you guys have gotten your t-shirt, you've gotten your bear trap, but you also know that Constantine is, assuming he's in position, he's waiting for that distraction. What are you guys doing?
Well, since we know that he's waiting and expecting something, I think we should do something that fulfills that expectation somehow. We need to get him moving, essentially. We need to get him on the floor somehow.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
Fire alarm.
Well, see, I was actually thinking there are some local honeybee
Oh, I see where you're going.
owners
Yes.
who, you know, they make their own organic honey, and I know this because I can sense it because of my my sense skill.
That makes sense.
Also, I have a top hat on in case anyone was wondering. I
Mhm.
do have that going for me.
It's classic.
It is classy, but I'm, you know, my ears aren't what they used to be, but I do believe I hear some buzzing, quite a lot of buzzing.
No, I got you. Can't confirm.
Yeah, and I'm thinking we can create a distraction and possibly get Constantine a little ruffled. If he had feathers, they would be ruffled, because, as you know, bears do like to sting. But because we both still have our fur and our thick, you know, hide, those stings don't necessarily hurt us. But to someone who stupidly shaved that fur off of himself for no reason, I believe that maybe releasing a large quantity of bees, an extremely large quantity of bees, in this convention center, might just do some hurting on someone I'd like to do some hurting on.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let me describe. There is a room. It's kind of a panel room located in a corner of the convention. It is sealed by like a temporary airlock, but essentially it is the apiary room where the apiarists like to bring their own bees. It's very locked down. They kind of have to get a special permit from the convention center, from the city, to have bees stored indoors, but because this is the world's largest professional convention, they have gotten that sign off.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are there a lot of vents in this room?
There are vents, but they are all sealed off with like microfiber mesh.
Fesh.
Fesh.
That's so fesh.
There's also the airlock that I mentioned, and mandatory bee suits for anybody entering the room.
All right.
Because they let them go in there, but they also know that it can be a huge problem if those bees get out inside a building, so they have it locked down pretty well.
We got another challenge ahead of us, Baddington.
So when I say this airlock, just to be clear, it's basically just like 2 or 3 plastic curtains, the type where they have like a zipper around them. It's not actually doors, it's just kind of shower curtains that are sealed with a zipper.
True, but there's quite a lot more security here than I was led to believe. At least from what my eyes can see. So that might be an issue, I feel like.
What about... I don't know. I mean, what about just Leroy Jenkins?
I don't know what that means. Is he a friend of yours?
I saw it over somebody's shoulder. A lot of running and yelling.
Is this like a sexual thing?
Mm-mm. Let me pitch it to you this way.
Okay.
You stay here, and I'm just gonna go.
Go where?
I'm gonna go everywhere, all at
All
once.
right. I mean, I if you want to take that risk,
And you will have your bees.
just look. I know we haven't been together that long, and this is sort of a new thing for me, but be careful.
I made you a solemn vow, and today I will fulfill that vow.
Great.
So I'm guessing you're going to roll for bear?
Oh yeah,
All right. I don't think any of your skills
I don't
apply,
think so
I think
either.
It's just it's a straight bear roll, 4 or less.
Oh!
That's a success.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You have now succeeded. I want to know how you use your pure bear skills
Oh my
to
gosh.
get the bees going.
yeah. Well, I mean, just initially, you got to get a running start, and yeah, like we've figured, little plastic mesh is not going to do much of anything to stop the freight train. Then it's just a matter of knocking everything over. That takes about 15, 20 seconds. Then you're on your way back out of there.
Okay, so just to bring us up to the present, you have had a conversation with Kaya Bear. You've thought about it, and you've sworn your solemn vow, and you turn around, and you just roar, and you charge through the plastic curtains, bashing all the beehives over.
Oh yeah.
Bees start flying everywhere, and then you give another roar, and then you're back through the shower curtain, running on all fours through the convention center floor.
It's pandemonium.
Love it. I love it. Kai Bear, what are you doing?
I am so proud of my new friend Baddington, and as that pride swells within me, I'm keeping an eye out for Constantine, because I know he's around here somewhere, and I'm just aching to use this bear trap on him, and hopefully he'll get stung by some bees.
So let's go to Constantine. You're in the vent. You can see most of the convention floor from this position. You hear roars, smashing roars, and then screams, and you just see pandemonium in a corner of the convention center, and everybody's head is turned in that direction. What are you doing?
I jump.
And just to be clear, because you rolled earlier, we know that your rope is going to work.
Yep.
So you jump, and for the first 20 feet, it's free fall. But then you start to feel the slack of the rope increase until it gets to the very bottom, and you're just within Paul's swipe of the Black Orchid Honey
Black
Jar.
Orchid Honey Jar.
You grab it, and you pick it up, but as soon as you do, you hear alarm bells. And because you're a smart bear, you think, damn it, laser tripwires.
Oh, damn it.
But you have the Black Orchid Honey in your hands.
I know.
You're now being zipped up into the vents, and just as you reach the vents and clamber back into it, you look down and you notice that the security guards, the sound of the alarm, have turned around. and are looking up in your direction.
And baby, I slide.
Oh my
You're
god.
just lubing it through the vents.
I bank to the right, in the outtake vent, and I just lean into it, and I must get up to maybe 60 miles an hour. I just frictionless bear, just zooming through that, and I want to say it comes out in like the laundry room or something.
Okay.
And then I unzip my skin-tight suit to reveal my perfect fur.
Wait a minute. So you were
What?
wearing a suit that was a shaved bear?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my-
gonna,
He's the
I might need
perfect
a-
organism.
I might need a roll
Totally.
for that.
I only thought of it earlier, and I was like, that'd be really funny.
So I'm not sure how to do this because your skills right now are at 6 and 0.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We don't have to do that. I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Because I thought it'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
Okay.
we'll just leave that as a joke then. Okay, so let's go to Kai Bear. You are not part of this pandemonium at all. You have seen Constantine come down and come back up. What are you doing?
Well, I know where he entered initially, right, in the bathroom. So that is his most likely route, right? He's back in the bathroom, right? Like that is
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's where he ended up.
is. Okay. And I figure I might as well go back while people are running scared from all the bees that are, buzzing around, and they're not bothering me, mind you, because I have fur and a very thick hide. So they don't bother me at all. But I can also sense that the black orchid honey is very nearby, and I hone in on that. I know it's the bathroom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out in the front of that bathroom and I'm gonna lay my trap.
Ian, can I just ask a quick thing? How big is the honey jar?
It's
Oh yeah, I never even thought about
it's the size of like a jar of jam. So it's relatively small. It's especially small to a bear. It easily fits within your palm.
Could it be flushed?
No, it's too big to be
Oh,
flushed.
dang
I'm sorry.
That was the next step of my plan.
Okay.
But that's okay. No.
so that no one gets the honey.
Well, I only thought of no, because then I would extract it later. Because I have to betray you guys now. So I was only trying to think of a
Okay.
way to get the honey out. But that's fine.
So Kai Bear has laid the trap and is standing by the door. Constantine is in the bathroom, ready to come out. Baddington, you're in full bear mode, but maybe you're starting to calm down while you're running through the convention. What do you think?
I mean, to use another pun, I'm thinking after causing all the pandemonium, beeline it to an exit, and then just await.
Okay.
Wait at the extraction point to regroup and resync. Because I'm not sure, the heat is on, as it were. It's a little too hot in there. And I'm not necessarily the most inconspicuous, So I gotta go lay low. Outside.
Are you gonna lay low and try and find us a vehicle or some way out, or are you just out for yourself?
I'm thinking on my feet. Yeah, I'm taking it one step at a time.
Okay, so if you're making a beeline for the exit, I'm going to need a bear roll from you. The idea being that there are guards coming after you. Maybe some of them have sticks, and maybe some of them have tasers. And so this kind of bear roll is just you physically booking it and shrugging
Mhm.
off any sort of damage or anything
Mhm.
that gets in your
All right.
way.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
success.
Leroy Jenkins.
So first things first, let's bump up that criminal skill and bump down your bear skill. So you're
Yeah,
now
yeah.
at 4 and 2. But it's okay because you successfully make your way to an exit. You literally get tased at least twice, but you just shake it off. You keep going. You're barreling through security guards that get in your way. Everything is great. So you're now through an exit and just outside the convention center. And I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say it's even an unconventional exit. So it's not one of the exits that everybody else is streaming out of. It's kind of one of those side.
Perfect.
So it's an
exits.
unconventional exit out of a convention center.
That's correct. Yeah,
Sweet.
unconventional. Let's go back to Constantine. So I've decided what I'm going to do. You're technically at 6 criminal and 0 bear, but I'm going to force you. I'm going to bump you down to 5 criminal and 1 bear, just so that you can at least roll for bear skills if you need to.
Well, I was going to ask, how much honey do I have to eat?
Well, I think the problem is we kind of boxed you into a bathroom, so the only honey you would be able to eat is the black orchid honey.
Right. But I have to betray them.
Yes, you're still going to have to betray them, but my concern is if you have to make any bear skill rolls, your bear skill right now is 0, so you wouldn't even have a chance.
Right.
Whereas if it was 1, it would at least be difficult.
But I was thinking maybe to betray them, I would just eat the honey, which would then boost my bear skill.
So how about you get so lecherous over the honey that you take a big fingertip
Gross.
of it.
Okay.
You eat probably about 20% of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and it's such good honey that your bear skill is now 2 and your criminal skill is 4.
That works for me. Like, I land in the bathroom and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I did that. And I just pop the lid off, do like a finger swipe, and pop it in my mouth.
Nice. Okay, so now what are you doing? You're in the bathroom, you've eaten your honey, you're feeling a little bit better. What's going on?
Oh, man. So I guess I'll just have to meet at the rendezvous?
Okay, so you walk out of the bathroom, and there's a bear trap.
Do I notice the bear trap?
So I'd like you to describe, there's a couple of different, you can either notice it, or you could dodge out of it, or you could get hit by it and shrug it off. I want you to describe to me your best attempt to avoid getting stuck in this bear trap. And then based on that, we'll determine how you're going to roll. If it's a criminal roll, or if it's a bear skill roll, if it uses brains or not. Kind of give me your best pitch as to how you think you would be able to use your skills to avoid it.
So I feel like I would go to the exit of the bathroom. So is it right on the other side of the door?
No, it's where I put it was it's far enough from the door that opening the door wouldn't hit it, but it's also like just like as you would take your first step out, and I'm guessing to the right or to the left. Whatever way is the opposite that the door opens, that first step would easily ensnare.
Trying to think of what my brilliant extraction plan was. So I'd probably open the door, take a look. I mean, now I'm just a hairless bear.
All lubed up.
A little bit lubed up. I got this jar of honey that I've had to hide in my meat pocket.
What?
I'm just kidding. I've got this jar of honey, and I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna slowly kind of creep the door open, look out. People are scattered at this point.
Oh, they are
right?
running all over the place, right?
Okay, so I kind of see the pandemonium, and I'm just gonna.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna run.
It's pandemonium.
Panda.
I know. Jake made the pun earlier.
I noticed that.
I'm gonna. Do I see any families with young children? Perhaps.
God.
Are there any children or strollers?
This is getting very intense.
Well, I'm trying to think of I'm gonna book out when there's a similar height group.
Oh, so you have the door.
And try to
you have
get
the door
out.
peaked, but you're not through it.
Yeah, but I'm not through it.
Okay, let's say you do see a family running. You see a dad. He's got one kid in his hand, in his left arm, pressed against his chest. He's carrying him. He's dragging his wife by his right hand, and his wife is dragging another smaller child with her right hand, and they're just booking it.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of time it so when they run as close as they do to the bathroom door, I'm gonna whip it open and just book it out to be kind of hide up in around them.
Okay, so you whip open the door. They pass by. You take your first step. It's a bear trap.
Okay.
I'm gonna consider this just like a raw physical reaction.
Yeah, I can't think of a way my character would notice that bear trap.
That's fine. I'm not gonna help you. Let's get that bear skill roll though. So 2 or less.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh dang it. Are you kidding me?
So here's the thing about convention bear
Oh
traps.
god.
They're way too
I rolled a
expensive.
2, everybody.
And they're very flimsy. So he literally steps in the trap, triggers it, the jaws close, but as soon as they hit his feet and start to tighten, the pinion and the spring on the trap breaks, so the jaws just fall away instead of actually closing around his foot. And it's so bad that he doesn't even notice it, and he just keeps booking it with the family. Kai Bear, I need your reaction.
Well, I've obviously, because I've set many bear traps before, I was not stupid enough as to be in the open where he could see me. So I don't think he knows who placed the bear trap, if he even noticed the bear trap at all, which I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
Obviously that did not work the way I had anticipated it working. I am going to trail behind Constantine as close as I can, and with my new shirt, obviously I blend in pretty well.
Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. I'm gonna say that Constantine is able to camouflage himself amongst this family. Kai Bear, you are able to successfully follow him, and we're gonna fast forward to the point where Constantine and Kai Bear are now outside of the convention, and so is Baddington. And it's kind of a weird chain in a way. Constantine can't see anybody, but Kai Bear can see him, and Baddington can see Kai Bear and Constantine. So let's go to Baddington. What are you doing, buddy?
Well, it's actually a funny story. At this point, I mean, there's some people watching occurring, as one does.
Okay.
But, I'm not sure about this whole subterfuge of, lies and deceit and betrayal. So I'm just gonna casually approach. Yeah.
Okay, who are you approaching?
Well, I don't want to frighten the children, so I'm gonna go for my husband.
Okay. So let's play that scene out. Kai Bear, you're staking out Constantine, and Baddington comes up to you.
Okay. I'm super happy to see you, Baddington. My new life of crime is so intertwined with our relationship that I can't ever imagine either of us not being together.
Don't patronize me.
And doing crimes together.
Mm.
But at the same time, the bear trap didn't work. So I'm blaming that on you, because I feel like you should have noticed how shoddy those guys' bear traps were, since you were the one who was distracting him. I mean, I'm a little upset about it, and we can talk about it later, but we definitely still need to talk about it. But right now, we really need to focus on figuring out a way to get Constantine and get that honey, because that's, I didn't say yes to this job for the honey. All right, I said yes to it for me, and this job has to work. All right, so we got to get that honey, and then I can start my new life of crime.
Sure.
Knowing that my very first job was a success.
Yep. Whatever you say.
Okay, let's jump over to Constantine. You're now in the outside. There's still relative pandemonium. But what's your plan?
My plan is to just get out of there.
Okay.
So I'm looking for unicycles, tricycles, any sort of bear transportation.
Okay. You do spot, by pure happenstance, the Megalopolis Segway Tour is passing in front of the convention center.
Oh my gosh.
So you see an instructor and then 6 white-ass yuppies wearing bicycle helmets.
Let's not bring race into it, all right?
Yeah.
Are they coming towards me?
They are. So you've walked through the front door of the convention center, but the segways are moving. They're moving from your right to your left, just along the sidewalk.
Okay.
Maybe let's say 30 feet. 30 feet through the crowd.
I would like to run up to them and try to display my honey badger carnage
Okay.
by like roaring, smacking one of them. I want to scare them off of them.
Okay. All right.
So I can grab one and go.
So you run up and you roar and you stand up tall. I'm gonna need a bear skill roll. Your bear skill is 1 actually.
It's what?
So you're at 5 and
Okay,
1.
so I'm at-
do you still want to?
okay.
Do you still want to roll for it? You get to roll twice because you got your honey badger skill.
Yeah, I'll roll for it.
Okay. So let's roll twice.
Yes.
Oh, that is a complete failure.
Damn
So I'm gonna take over for you real quick, and I'm gonna say that you have this moment of determination, and you're like, "This is the plan. It's gonna happen. Here we go." And you realize that you have to get down on all fours to kind of make your way through this crowd. And as soon as you take 2 steps, and then you go down on all fours, and then you forget that you're horribly lubed up, and you just splat all over the sidewalk and just slide on your side until you're splayed next to these Segway riders, just looking like a complete fool.
Great.
Let's jump over to Kai Bear and Baddington. You're watching him, so you've just seen this very unbearly display.
Oh my god. Well, obviously, watching from a few yards away, that made me really happy that he failed. It was nice. It was nice to see justice done once again, but it's not over yet. And Baddington, we're gonna need to do some bad bear things right now to get that black orchid honey once again.
Yeah, babe.
Let's save that for the bedroom. All right. I don't like that in public. What do you got any ideas, Baddington baby?
Yeah. Let's just go get it.
So, I don't mean to force your hand a little bit, but those security guards who saw Constantine clamber back up into the vent and who kind of spread out looking for him have now burst through the convention door. And they're looking out and they see something. Well, they see 3 somethings. Namely, they're security guards and they see 3 bears. And Kai Bear and Baddington, because you're closer to them, you can kind of tell that they've spotted you. So now you've got Constantine is about 30 feet away from you, and 20 feet behind you are a handful of security guards looking in your direction.
All right. Baddington,
Hmm.
do you think maybe you could convince those guards that we're okay and that Baddington, obviously, he's the one with the honey. He's right there out in the open and they've seen him before. Maybe just get them to go after him. Let's, the bees didn't really work. They didn't really do much. I mean, there are a couple around here, but there's not nearly as many as I was hoping for. So that was kind of a bust. But I think we can still move ahead with convincing security that we helped catch this not so master thief.
Yeah. I see the way you think. Yeah. Is there any sort of
You know what? While you do that, go convince them. I'm gonna go over, try and get over to Constantine and see if I can make sure he doesn't get away, just so that it looks good to the security.
Okay. Oh, okay. No. I've got. Yeah. A plan is forming, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I mean, this is the one thing we need to do by the book. So let's do it.
Okay, so Kai Bear, what exactly are you planning to do?
So, I think that most of the lube on Constantine's side, at least, has been shorn off by the hot asphalt of the parking lot. Am I correct? Or the sidewalk, I should say, the concrete.
I think that's a good assumption.
So I know I can at least grab him by that side. So I'm gonna rush over there as fast as I can and try and get a hold of him, because obviously I'm not that big. I'm wearing a medium-sized shirt that's mislabeled as a XXX. But I know my own strength, and I know I can hold down his tiny little bear form.
Okay, so I need you to roll bear skill to see if you are successful in this bear hug.
Okay. Great. All right. Are you kidding
sorry,
me?
buddy. I'm sorry. That is a 6,
Dude,
and you needed to roll a 4 or less. You are not successful. The thing is, all that lube that rubbed off on the asphalt, it's still on the asphalt. So as you get closer, you perform kind of the same mistake. And I mean, it's no less of a bear hug, but you do end up basically sprawled pseudo on top of
spooning him.
somewhat
We're spooning each other.
next to. Yeah, that's a good way
How
to put
dare
it.
you?
So now we've got 2 disabled bears on the ground due to lube-related accidents. Baddington, has that plan come around?
Yes,
to
I'm thinking of some sort of juggling related distraction.
you? I'll allow it. I will allow it.
Sustained.
So, I mean, just using resources at hand, maybe things that got strewn about in the accident. Maybe
Baddington, I don't mean to take over your plan, but there are small children around you.
I mean, yeah.
You could eat them.
Well, let's
Would
not
you be
do
willing
that.
to juggle them?
Yeah, I think, if the moment were right, yes, I would be.
Okay, so you grab 3
I'm
toddlers.
here for it.
No. They have to be triplets.
Oh, yeah. You grab triplets.
A more perfect
out of
idea.
a weird triple
Mhm.
stroller.
I hate those things.
And you start to juggle. I need to see this criminal skill level roll, though. But you get to double it. For
I was
things, 'cause
gonna
I'm
ask,
consider this it's part of your entertainment package.
All right.
So you got to roll a 4
All
or
right.
less.
First one is no good.
That's a 5.
Ooh.
That's a success. That's a success. So you pick up these triplets, just lickety split, pick them out of the stroller, and you start juggling, and you're putting on your kind of circus face, and you're actually getting back into the mood somewhat. It's a little bit nostalgic for you, and the security guards, and especially the triplets' parents, they are definitely paying attention to you. A lot of screams, a lot of shock, a lot of awe. There's actually a little bit of laughter though from some of the bystanders. They find it too entertaining as opposed to
And
frightening.
that's the reason I do it.
Yep. So Constantine, it's back to you. It's been a while since you slipped and fell, and made a fool of yourself. What are you up to?
Oh gosh, I'm like, okay, so I have the honey, I have myself, so I'll stand up. The Segway people are all gone, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I kind of turn and I see Kai Bear, idiot face, fell down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also see Baddington juggling children.
Yes.
Okay. So are there any, like, sewers nearby?
Yes, there is sewers, and there's the manholes,
Okay.
and you think you can fit through a manhole, but you can't fit through, like, the sidewalk sewer opening.
Right. But are there any of, like, the round things that lead down into sewers?
You mean a manhole?
Like a manhole cover. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were being gross.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was quite a long setup there.
Those are
Very little payoff.
those were inside the convention center. All right.
So you said could I get the cover off?
Yeah, I think that's going to have to be bear skill, because I think it's just raw bear.
That's raw bear. That's not me being smart. And
I don't think you being smart is going to help with what? Don't they weigh like 80 to 100 pounds?
yeah, but what if I use the piece of metal to crowbar it up
Yeah, but where are you getting this piece of metal?
from the road?
It's just a crow. It's just Half-Life. Just a crowbar.
Yeah,
Let's do.
it's just a crowbar.
Let's do bear skill.
Okay, bear skill.
Yeah, just a single roll. You got to roll 2 or less.
Oh,
That's a
God.
failure.
Ouch.
Ah!
I think it's the type of failure where you don't even realize it's a failure. So you are now just clawing frantically at this manhole
no.
for a while.
We've all been there.
The good news is
Okay.
your stats are now at 3 and 3 due to your failure. Let's kick it back over to Kai Bear. You have slipped and fallen. You're a little woozy, but as you get up, you see that Baddington is now doing a very fantastic job of juggling as a distraction, and Constantine is pawing frantically at a manhole cover.
Well, obviously, I take a few seconds to enjoy Baddington's amazing performance, as I hadn't gotten to see it live before, up until now, because I didn't know he existed. But now that we love each other, because of crime, it surely is a sight to see, and I wish I could watch, with rapture, but I know I have my criminal duty to return to, and I know I have to figure this thing out with Constantine, and obviously, like, he's not the smartest bear in the world. Otherwise, he would have known he would have needed a crowbar to open up the manhole. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get up from the lube slathered sidewalk. Never a sentence I thought I would have to say. And I'm gonna menacingly approach Constantine.
Okay.
And Constantine, I just gotta say, it all ends here. All right.
So you're approaching him in like sheer intimidation.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's do a bear skill roll, and I'm going to say because you're kind of intimidating him, you're putting on that cop face in a way.
Is it a face?
Yeah, so I think you get to roll it twice.
Okay.
So 5 or less. Let's roll for it.
5.
That's a 5.
I'll just take
so
that.
You got it. So you say, Constantine, it's all over. Anything else?
You were always a criminal, and I never trusted you for a moment, and I thought your plan was stupid. And have you seen my shirt? I think it looks awesome. It's a medium, not a XXX. It's mislabeled. Your days of running these heists and betraying your fellow heist mates are over. And I'm gonna bring you in as a cop, retired cop, not a criminal.
So that's a good transition. Because speaking of the cops, Baddington, they are now bearing down on you. They've taken a moment of pause, but now they're coming towards you. Picture them. They're about 5 feet away now. Let's say there's 3 of them, and they're right in front of you. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm holding 3 children.
Hostage?
No, projectiles.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna need, if you're really gonna do this.
Can you do nunchucks?
If you're really gonna do this, I need a bear roll for it.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh boy. That's a
That's
success.
it.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
That's the one. 3 headshots,
Oh,
a child per officer.
headshot.
So, just to be a little bit more PG than NC-17, I'm gonna say you toss them in a way that they are like burdens as opposed to weapons.
It's like,
so basically,
like when you're playing dodgeball and you throw the one and they have to.
Suddenly, you find yourself caring for a baby.
Mm.
Well, you would almost toss them so the police
They're
officers
forced to
had
catch
to go
them.
out of their way to
Yeah.
try and
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
Yes. Exactly. So now you have 3 police officers / security guards in front of you who are holding toddlers, screaming, whining toddlers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You turn around and you kind of see Kai Bear standing over Constantine. Constantine, I'm going to be honest with you. I think at this point, with your failures and now Kai Bear over you, I think you're kind of in a state of submission.
Well, I was going to put my hands up and say I didn't kill my wife.
Save Martha.
Okay.
And then
God.
jump off the dam. No,
save me, Martha.
That was Jake. Did you say that?
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That was great.
My Achilles heel. Oh, boy. Don't, my invincible son.
Oh God.
oh god.
Okay.
I'm going to look at what's his face? Kai Bear in the eyes. And I'm going to say, I guess you got the honey after all.
It's me.
And I'm going to it's your love of your life.
I'm your honey.
No, I'm going to hold up the jar and then smash it on the ground as hard as I can.
Oh my god. So now there's priceless black orchid honey all over the ground. Kai Bear, I need to know your reaction to this.
I just smile, and it grows bigger and bigger, and my muzzle is open, and my sharp bare teeth are bared. Get it? It was never about the honey.
I didn't.
Constantine. It was never about the honey. It was always the job. Maybe that's something you just never understood all these years. But I guess you're not smart enough to understand loyalty, and all you care about is the honey. You've always just cared about the honey. But you know what? I may be married to Baddington Bear, but Constantine, you're the bad bear.
Oh boy.
And we make sweet
Oh
passionate love.
boy. Baddington Bear, anything to add as you kind of come walk up to this situation?
I think that about covers it.
Great. So that leads us into the getaway phase, which I guess is now more of an epilogue phase. I'm going to give each of you one scene to describe your bear. This can be the next day, this can be the next year, this can be on your deathbed. Just kind of one scene to sum up your character as we say goodbye. Let's roll it back to the beginning. Constantine, give me your epilogue.
Okay, so this is 20 years later. We're in the Bahamas. Some sort of coastal, like, what's the word? Like, not tribal, but like little fishing shack.
Okay.
hut.
There's a nice radio playing, some sort of Latino music. And it's you kind of see the camera pan around, and you see toast pop out of a toaster, and then my bare hand grab it, and then you see some black sort of viscous thing spread across the toast, and then you hear a nice crunch, and you don't see who the bear was, but somehow I've ended up in wherever I am with a jar of this honey, and I'm at peace.
So you pulled off the heist somehow. Maybe
Somehow.
not this heist, but somehow, some way, you eventually
Somehow,
get
some
that
way.
honey.
Yes.
Okay. Baddington Bear.
You know, it was a very interesting story. It was a...
Ever tell you how I got these bear scars?
Oh my god.
No, I mean, it wasn't too long after. You know, things didn't... It was something of a turning point. I thought that it was just about the job. But it wasn't. And with the you know, it was something of a failure on my part. I put myself into a zoo. And you know,
Wow.
that's where I am now. I just couldn't handle being on the outside. I had to be inside.
Wow, that's very depressing.
Wow. My character shoots himself.
Oh my god.
Learning that.
Okay.
I picture Badging saying that right before he's like hanging
Oh my
himself or
goodness.
something. Like Brooks was
Oh
here.
god.
Oh my god. All right, Kai Bear.
Alright, well, I only had about 10 years of crime left in me after that last job. That first job, really. But in a way, it was my last job. Because no other job felt nearly as weird and strange and full of lube and vents than that job. So, for my epilogue, you know, the end of my story, I'm old. I'm tired. I'm laying down for what I think is the last time in my little forest grove. And you know what? I feel good. And I've got a picture of Baddington all framed up. It's not actually in a frame. I sort of drew it myself with my claw on the bark of a tree.
Oh man.
But it's
Nice.
You know, its likeness is uncanny. And you know, I'm closing my eyes, and there are a couple other Denzians of the forest are around me, because you know I was such a good cop and an even better criminal, but no one knew. No one had any knowledge of my criminal activities. I kept that pretty low. And you know, they're saying, someone asks me like, do you have any regrets? And I say, I just wish I could see Baddington one last time. And I wish I could have. I really wish I could have voted for Barack Obama.
Oh no. No.
Wow.
I missed that opportunity. I see that now.
Oh my god. On that terrible
How long has
pun,
that
we
one
have
been
to
in the
end
chamber?
it.
Like an hour.
Oh my goodness.
I rolled a die.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, let's close it out. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Tabletop RGB, a Subpixel production. You can find us on YouTube on the Subpixel channel, as well as at subpixeldocs.com. You can find each of us individually. Will, where can we find you?
You can find me at Hunt270 on Bear Twitter.
Okay, and Jake, where can we find you?
At _mean stride.
And Kyle, where can we find
You
you?
can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Kyle of the Beard.
And you can find me on Twitter at ThinkGibson, and you can find all of us in all sorts of Subpixel productions, including the very next episode of Tabletop RGB. Thanks for listening and or watching, and until next time, bye-bye!
Bye. Bye.